In Bojo, the end of each month serves as a milestone that we use to pause and recalibrate. We do this by taking a mental inventory by setting up our monthly log. The monthly log helps us to declutter our mind, prioritize and recommit to our responsibilities, and filter out distractions. Let's set up our monthly log now. The monthly log is set up on either the last days of the current month or the first day of the new month. First, let's add the name of the month on the pages as the topic. Its template consists of one spread. On the left page is a timeline. This is a list of all the noteworthy events that happened throughout the month. On the right is the task list. This is a list of all the tasks that you want to get done this month. Let's take a closer look at each page and see how they work. To set up your timeline, list all the dates of the month, followed by the first letter of every day. A little trick that I picked up from the community to make this a little easier to read is to put a little line to visually separate the weeks, like this. The timeline can be used in one of two ways. One, it can be used as a calendar where you add entries before they happen, or two, the suggested way is where you log events after they happen. As we touched on earlier, what we think will happen is often very different from what actually does happen. If you use the timeline to track what did happen, it automatically creates a far more accurate record of your life. Rather than being a record of your plans, it's a record of your lived experience. Because the timeline is essentially a list of events, we record these experiences like any other event, without the complexity of judgment or emotion. We simply state what happened in the simplest terms possible. This is what allows us to keep it short. Since we don't have great memories, this objective record of our past can be a powerful tool at correcting our perception of our experience. Many tend to forget the positive experiences or accomplishments because they're distracted by the negative experiences and perceived failures in their life. This phenomenon of realizing that things are better than you remember them being is a common theme for those who keep a journal in general. The timeline just makes keeping that record simple. Month by month, the timeline grants us a bird's eye view of how our life is actually unfolding. It provides a clear record of what happened, what we did and didn't do, which enables us to correlate our state with our experience. In other words, it can help us understand what makes us feel things we feel. This information, in turn, can help us be more intentional with what we choose to do or not to do, but more on that in the practice section. Priorities and circumstances can change dramatically from month to month. The task list is there to help you reset, refocus, recommit, and reprioritize for the month ahead. Setting up the monthly logs task page provides an opportunity to take a step back, to declutter your mind, and to figure out how to best invest your time and energy based on your current situation. If something personal came up, you can take this time to figure out next steps. If things changed at work, you can take this time to update your strategy. Let's take a closer look. The task list is compiled from 3 sources. The first source is the future log. Any entries that are both ready and still relevant can now be added into the monthly task list. The second source are any remaining open tasks that remain meaningful from the previous month. Last but not least are the things that you want to get done this month that you may not have written down anywhere else. In other words, the monthly task list is simply a way of taking a mental inventory. Lastly, be sure to index your monthly log. With the timeline and the task list, the monthly log helps us create a powerful record of our past, as well as spell out actionable steps for our immediate future. Over time, your monthly log helps create a very clear picture of our actions and our experiences, all of which we can then use to inform the choices we make the following month.